Karibuni sana kwenye mahojiano maalum ambayo tunayafanya leo na kocha mkuu wa kikosi chetu cha Singida Fountain Gate. Nipata wasa wa kumuuliza masuala mbalimbali yanayohusu timu yetu, yeye akiwa ni kocha, ndio kiongozi mkuu katika eneo la benchi la ufundi. Atuambie hali ya timu kwa ujumla, yeye anafikiria nini na tunasongaje kuelekea huko mbele. Tupo katika kipindi cha raundi ya pili, mzunguko wa pili na wa mwisho wa ligi kuu ya NBC, ambako ni mengi sasa hivi yanaongelewa kuhusiana na timu yetu, matarajio yalivyo kwa mashabiki wetu, lakini pia kwa timu kwa ujumla. Yeye kama kocha ambaye ndo anaongoza safari hii kuelekea kwenye malengo yetu ambayo tumeyaweka msimu huu, ana kipi cha kuzungumza na mtazamo wake ni upi na mengineyo. Kwa hiyo maswali mengi yatajibiwa hapa, yale ambayo watu wengi wana shauku ya kuyafahamu, watayafahamu moja kwa moja kutoka kwenye kinywa cha kocha wetu Thabo. Yuko hapa pembeni yangu, na haya ni mahojiano maalum ambayo yanaruka kupitia Big Stars TV, channel rasmi ya YouTube ya timu yetu ya Singida Fountain Gate. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Swahili my brother. Karibu kwenye mahojiano maalum. So coach, today we are going to talk about a few things about our club. We are going to touch here and there. We want to hear from you. People want to hear from you. Fans want to hear from you. Everyone who knows Singida Fountain Gate wants to hear a lot of things from you. So it's an exclusive interview, and I have to admit this. This is my first interview to do in English. I remember, no, it's my second literally. I remember the first interview was during the departure of Coach Middendorp. I remember this radio from South Africa. They called me to explain a few things. So I'm so happy to do it again with you, and I hope you are going to cope with my English, my Swahili English. I hope you're going to be okay with it. So coach, first of all, I want you to introduce yourself. Who are you and what are you doing here in Singida Fountain Gate? Please.
Asante sana. My name is Thabo. I'm the head coach of Singida Fountain Gate. I joined the team in September as the assistant coach under Ernst Middendorp. So I've been here for some time. I feel at home. I'm enjoying to work with the players. I'm enjoying the league. I'm enjoying the culture in Tanzania, of course. The passion of football in Tanzania is unbelievable. The competition of the NBC league is just so unpredictable, so challenging tactically. So what an honor to be here, and what an opportunity. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Coach, we want to know your story a little bit. Can you tell us your little history with Singida Fountain Gate? How did the management find you?
Yeah, I came here in Singida, joining the club as one of the technical members. First assistant coach under Ernst Middendorp in this current season, 2024-2023 season. And I've been with the club since. Obviously, Ernest left. He's pursuing other coaching ventures. I'm still here enjoying myself, learning a lot about Tanzanian football, and also helping players to develop, eventually also helping the club to develop from the pitch point of view.
Tanzania League is among the best leagues in Africa. It is in the list of the top 10 leagues in Africa. How do you see it, like generally? You have been here for quite some time now. You have seen the league, the competition. What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, no, the league is one of the best, of course, I agree. Due to many factors, of course. The quality of football that is played. A number of few factors like the trendsetters. From a club point of view, clubs like Simba, clubs like Yanga, how they continue to perform in the Champions League. They are obviously helping the face of football in Tanzania to go up and up. But also the recruitment of players, players coming from regions like Wafu, West Africa, players coming from the northern part of Africa, the central part of Africa, a lot of quality players from countries like Congo. We now see also players coming from South Africa now recently. And then of course, what makes it even more interesting is the coaches. You always have coaches that are coming from different continents. South America, countries like Argentina, and of course North Africa, Central, South Africa. So it obviously makes it a very multicultural league and a very competitive league, tactically challenging league, an unpredictable league. You never know who might win it because a couple of teams are doing well. Azam, Simba, Yanga, and then Singida, of course, and even the up and coming teams, Coastal, KMC, they've been doing well as far as performance is concerned and as far as development is concerned.
No, thank you very much, Coach. I remember you were part of the technical staff that participated in the CAF Championship, CAF Confederation Cup. Our team was participating by then. How was the experience? Remember, it's the first time our club was participating in those tournaments, and it was the first season that we are participating in the Premier League in Tanzania. It's such an achievement for the club. You as a coach or as part of the technical staff by then, what was the impression that you got that the team is now participating in the CAF Confederation Cup? The small team, it's a young team, and it's participating in these biggest tournaments in Africa.
Yeah, competing in the CAF Confederation League was obviously an amazing experience. I can imagine for the players, for everyone at the club, the administrators, and the coaches as well, myself included. It was a good experience playing against a competitive side like Future FC. And thanks to the foundations that were laid by coaches like Coach Hans, who did so well in the previous season, making sure that the team gets into the top 4 in the country. And then obviously we have a tough task lying ahead of us in terms of trying to maintain that. It's not easy, but when you see the efforts and the work that put behind the work that is being done by the management, the work that is being done by the coaching staff, the work that is being done by the players, I'm very positive that the club, Singida Fountain Gate, will continue to have a productive, progressive season that they had last season.
You know why I had to ask that question? It's because I wanted to ask my next question. How do you see the position of our club, Singida Fountain Gate, competing again in the CAF tournaments? Do you see that we are going to do it again? Because, as you said, it's a foundation that we had put up, and we want to do it again.
Absolutely.
We said it's a learning period by then because it was the first time. Now we want to go again. Do you think we can live up to the promise?
Yeah, as I said earlier, with the quality and the competition of our league, NBC, the quality of the teams and their unpredictability, anything is possible. Any goal is reachable, and that includes us to achieve our targets. Being top 4, it's one of our targets. The question is it easy? Not easy. Is it doable, possible? Of course. How do you do it? We have to work hard, and that's what we are doing. We're working hard behind the scenes as coaches. The players are working hard. The players are committed to the task, and it's not easy because we have to do a lot of planning. We are in the middle of the season now. The second round has just started. 14 matches to go, so it's still a marathon, and it's important. It's about consistency. It's about getting important points, and we are positive because we have good players in our disposal. We have hardworking staff members. I have a good coaching staff, technical team. Niza Kalfan, is doing a lot of work to help me understand the league, to help me understand the players. Peter Manyike is the legend, of Tanzanian football, doing a lot of good work behind the scenes with the goalkeepers, the Benoka Kolanyas, the Haule. So I'm positive when I see the work and efforts that we put on the training pitch.
Thank you very much, Coach. Now we have to talk about the real question here that I wanted to ask you, because I was laying a foundation to ask this question. Recently, our club has made changes in the squad. You see, some of our players, we had to put them out of the squad for some reasons that we had explained. Do you think this has impacted the squad? Do you think these changes have affected you in anyhow, technically?
Like it happens in football all over the world. Clubs, teams go through different phases and through different challenges, and in every challenge lies an opportunity. In every player being transferred creates a space, an opportunity for another player to show himself, to show his skills. So obviously we transferred a few players. Players left to, the domestic league clubs, and some actually went to international clubs. Gadiel Michael went to South Africa. So for me, it's a new opportunity to give other players a chance. And if you can see now how we are rebuilding the team, you look at our starting 11 against the two matches this year, Kagere Sugar and the Presence FC. 65% of the players were not starters. They were not playing in the first round, but they were training well. So if you can see their quality, there's huge potential. They are promising, but you could see that they are slowly getting their match minutes, their game minutes, and then of course that will lead to a better performance psychologically. They are getting their rhythm, they are getting their confidence, and the fluidity of the team will get better and better.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. That was very, very insightful. We needed that technical explanation, because from what I understand, or from what I see from the public opinion, now there is a public opinion going on. People are thinking that our squad has been a little bit weak, and now they are worried maybe the team is not going to make it in the Premier League. And unfortunately, everyone now is believing that we are going down. So we wanted an explanation. Again, people will talk what they want to talk, because sometimes they see and talk. They see that we transferred some players, some key players from our squad to other clubs, domestically and internationally. But also they see, soon after that, now the league is back and we are losing. We have lost 2 games. The game against Kagera Sugar, we lost. We also lost a game against Tanzania Prisons in a row. So now they want to validate their opinions. That, you see, that's what we told you. How could you transfer key players and now you're in the bad shape? Tell us, is there any hope as we're moving forward? Because we have lost 2 games. I know now the pressure is big, but you as a coach, you know your squad, you have experience with things like this. Is there any hope to give to people who are worried about our future?
Yeah, when you look at the efforts that are put by the players on the pitch, the support that we are getting from the management of Singida Fountain Gate, it's amazing. The response and the attitude of the players is very excellent on the pitch. So myself as a coach, the energy, what I see on the pitch gives me hope. The application is very good. Players are having a lot of fun with an objective of learning. So there is progress. Maybe the challenge was game time, because you could see that the core of our squad now, they are not match fit. So, they are unable to maintain good football actions for longer periods. So you could see good moments, 2-3 minutes, and then after that, bad moment, 1-2 minutes, and then after that, we make an individual error and then we concede. But how we created chances against Kagere Sugar, how we control some parts of the game gives me hope. So the results, yes, disappointing, 2 losses. The performance, encouraging. There is hope. The attitude of the players in training, encouraging. There is hope. The harmony in the squad, the dressing room, very promising. So for me, that's what gives me hope, because I enjoy working with players that are positive and individual players that are improving each and every training session, because with each and individual player that is improving, the team will eventually get better. And I have no doubt that soon we'll be getting points. We just need one win that will give the players confidence, that will make the players believe that, oh, we are actually still a good team. We actually good players. So that's what they need. You know, football, like most sports, the psychological aspects plays a major role. You win one game, it transforms the entire perception. You lose, you draw, it develops some few doubts upon yourself as a team, upon yourself as individuals.
And that's what I see. We lose, and now the doubts are all over. But thank you, coach. You have made it you have put it very clear that we just need to be focused, and as we move forward, the players are going to gain their confidence back if we win the match or two. But again, we are under a lot of pressure. That I must say, we are under a lot of pressure. The league is marathon, as you said. If you see now the standing, the table, you can see now we are a little bit dropping. What does it tell you? Do you think this pressure is going to do us good or bad?
You know, it depends on how one responds to pressure, or how do you take it. You know, players are artists, they are performers, and so are the coaches. So in sports, I believe that pressure should motivate one to even perform. You know, where there is pressure is because there is expectations.
That's true.
A lot of people and a lot of supporters, fans who really love these clubs, they still believe that this club has potential. So maybe that's why they they have high expectations. Maybe the expectations can put a little bit of pressure maybe to the players. And for me, which I really appreciate it, because when there is pressure, it means people expect you to do better. When people expect you to do better, it's because they know that you are good, you know. So we have good players, the Kiombos, you know, Habibu, Kazati, Francis, in attack, players that can create something out of nothing. Yes, maybe 2 injuries have affected the squad a bit. The likes of Mangalo in defense, the likes of Yusuf Kagoma maybe in midfield. But that is not an excuse, you know. The players that are available, they must continue pushing, working hard to help the team grind points. Then the other players, when they come, they'll just complement the performance and make us better and better.
Okay, coach. Let's remain there. Pressure, because pressure is now the big topic here. Do you receive any pressure from the management?
No, because for me, as a coach, with my experience, I've always learned to channel all my energies onto the work in the pitch, you know. Look at the response of players individually, analyze the team every day, monitor the individual periodization of the players, monitor the technical progress of the players, and see the progress of the team. So that's where my energy is focused on, and everything that I'm getting from the management is support to the players and support to the coaching staff. And our responsibility is to obviously make our supporters proud, make our fans proud, and win matches, you know. So the performance is not bad, as I said earlier. We are creating chances, but the final part challenge has been scoring. So, and I'm hopeful that soon we'll play one game where we can be able to score 3-4 goals. I cannot wait for that game, because that will be an important game for our players, because the type of players that we are working with, it's players that they love scoring, they love goals, you know. Footballers, they love scoring. So we are working on that. We are prioritizing that in our training topics, and I have no doubt that everything is under control.
So, coach, you mean you don't receive any calls from the club's president asking you, hey, what is going on? Because that's the kind of pressure I'm talking about.
I think every coach, myself included, we love winning matches, and I would love to win games. And I'm working with a good group of players who are winners, who come from different clubs with their different experiences. They've won some things before. So as a coach also, I've won some things before, but that's not important because that's the past. What is important is the present moment, is the present opportunity that we have as coaches and as players of Singita Fountain Gate to try and create again a very good story with 14 matches to go in this very challenging, tough sensitive teams. You look at Dodoma, you look at Coastal, you look at KMC and Namungo as well, you know, so you could see that these are teams that are trying to improve. And then
I'm glad you didn't mention KMC.
Yeah, you also look at the likes of Yanga, Simba, Azam, the way they are setting the standards with their qualitative superiority, the way they are dominating the league domestically, and also how they are performing in the Champions League continental space. So I'm very optimistic, and I'm happy with the progress of the players and the progress of the team thus far.
Okay, Coach, I believe you have a smartphone. So you see what is going on online. You see what people are talking about our club. I'm just curious. Does it get into your head?
I think, you know, as a coach, you are the face of the team from a technical point of view. You are the number one athlete, you know, from a psychological point of view. If you remain positive, the players will follow the same attitude. If you start doubting the work that you put in training, if you start doubting the work that you put on the pitch, then the players could also be doubtful. So for someone like me, I always channel all my energies on the pitch, on the players, in our work, in analyzing the team, in our plan in terms of our periodization, and then when are we going to peak in relation to the league, and then how are we going to finish, because it's not only how you start but it's how you finish. So we are on the right track, and we are focused on our task, and we are clear with our goals, you know, to say once we start getting goals, the players will again believe in themselves. Once we start getting goals, the structure of possession and defending will also get better and better because of what I see in training, because of what I see during our first two matches this year. With the little time that we had, you know, it's now 2.5 weeks of our reconditioning, you know, so I can imagine when we are in week 4, week 5, I'm sure the players will be able to easily apply what we expect from them, and with a certain base of fitness. So I'm very positive.
Okay, Coach, you are very positive. I can tell from the way you speak. So, Coach, is there anything missing in the squad from the technical point of view?
Look, as I said earlier, I think if you look at how the team has been playing in the past two matches, yes, we missed two crucial players. Mangalo in defense, for his experience leading the group in defense and communicating. Maybe Yusuf Kaguma in midfield in terms of just helping our possession percentage to go up so that we are able to control the game, the rhythm of the game, the direction of the game, also to stop opposition attacks. So we've been a little bit slightly open in the midfield and defense. You could see how we gave Kagere Sugar spaces to create chances, how we gave Presence FC spaces to create chances from the midfield and defense point of view. But these are things that we are correcting in training. The players are getting better. Also, Yusuf, Mangalo, they are slowly getting better. Hopefully by March they'll be playing. We hope so, but we're not going to rush them because rehabilitation must be respected. Their individual periodization, you know, return to play protocol must also be respected, because you don't want them to come into the team, perform and break again injury wise. We want them to come into the team and sustain us throughout the league.
That's true. So we are going to miss Kagoma and Mangalo for quite some time, maybe until March. That's okay. So I wanted to ask about the injury reports, but I'm glad now you have mentioned about the injuries that we have. So that leads to my next question. What are the solutions now you have taken to replace this deficiency of Mangalo and Yusuf Kagoma in the midfield? What are the actions you have taken, or the decisions, or the solutions that you have now ahead of the next matches?
Yeah, we've looked at other options, because we are lucky that we have players that can easily adapt to different positions because of their tactical flexibility, the likes of Nicola Gian, who's now assisting us as a mixed midfielder, number 8, number 6. Khalid Habibu, promising midfielder also, you could see with his excellent vision to see spaces, excellent technique to pass the ball medium, long. So you could see that they are slowly coming and gelling into the team and understanding how we want to play and how we want to approach various games. So I'm happy with the replacements that we've made, but we have to be patient because we're talking about players that don't have match fitness, so obviously their confidence is not as high as you'd want them to be. So we have to show to give them a chance, be patient with them a little bit, and also continue helping them, to analyze themselves on the pitch and even outside the pitch with analytics. Okay, Coach, we have also seen that you have integrated the youth players, young players from the under-20 or under-20 team. Is this part of the plan to tackle the crisis that we have in some position in the squad? Yeah, I thought that's one thing I like about Tanzanian football, especially the NBC League, is that they introduced the under-20 league to develop young talents. So now it is upon us as clubs to respect our programs and promote the players. So the Singida Fountain Gate youth coaches have done an excellent job in terms of improving a certain players, and I watched 3 matches live so far, and I was impressed with 4 players. That's the reason we've brought him into the senior team for social integrations and to further their development and for tactical integration and orientation, to see if they can be able to understand how we want to play. They can also adapt to the mental challenges or demands of this league, because the league is very tough. Very but the boys have adapted, they've trained well. The senior players are helping them to adapt. So I just hope that they can improve and get better and better, because they'll help us to have depth and a big pool of players, so that we can have enough players to select from within our disposal. Because with the 14 matches, congested fixtures, plus the other matches, FA Cup, so you need to rotate the squad. You'll get injury suspensions, so you need to always have a big pool of players to select from as a coaching staff. That looks like a very good plan, and I hope it pays off. So, Coach, that brings me to the last question. At least I have 2 last questions before we end up this interview. Be honest. I want you to be very honest. And because what I'm going to ask you now is going to bring a new ray of hope to our fans and supporters. Where do you see the club by the end of this season? The team, end of the season, would have achieved its target. So we have 2 targets. We want to stay in the top 5, and we want to also give the young players a chance to play. So we have 4. We really want to give them chances to play. We need to win matches, because, as I said, that there's a lot of competition within the top 8. Top 4 is reachable. It's our target. Would love to be there. And when I see the quality of the players we have, the attitude of the players, I have no doubt that we are going to reach that target.
So that is an honest opinion.
Yes, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You see what coach is promising, eh? That he has a belief that we are going to make it in the top 4 this season.
Yep.
Okay. I have no doubts. I'm just saying. So, last word for the fans and supporters and people out there who are watching you right now. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, no. To the supporters and the fans, firstly, I can say thank you for supporting our club and everyone thus far. And we know the expectations, and we know that you expect us to do better. The players are training very hard. The squad, the mood is very good. The harmony is good in our squad, and we promise you good performances and good results throughout the second round.
So from tomorrow's match, I'm saying tomorrow because today is 18th of February. Tomorrow is 19th. We are playing our FA game against, is it FGA Talents?
Yes.
FGA Talents. And we also have a match against Tabora United in the Premier League fixtures. We also have the last match in February against Azam FC. I really wish to hear from you. Is there any hope towards these matches? Because we know they're going to be very tough, but we also know that you are doing everything you can to make sure that we perform and we get the results that we want. What do you have to say, at least for a few words, when we go to play these matches?
February has been a tough month for us and most clubs in relation to the fact that all teams come from the AFCON break. So it's about reconditioning, getting the fitness right and the confidence right from a psychological point of view. So it's one game at a time for us. The focus is tomorrow's match against FGA Talents, the FA Cup match. It's important that we don't concede. It's important that we convert the chances that we continue to create. And then after the game, we have to analyze ourselves, look at our mistakes, look at our strength. Then that's when we can talk about the Tabora game. So we don't want to put the players under a lot of pressure. We always try to help them to focus on the next step, and then on the process, on improving in every match, so that we get better and better. Because with respecting the process and the technical details within our plans, the team will improve. With the improvement, eventually the team will get results. And because I'm hopeful, especially when I see the application in training, the application during matches, it gives me hope.
It gives you hope. And that will be the end of our interview for today. Thank you very much, Coach, for your time. It was a pleasure to sit with you here and to discuss these things about our club, our team. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Thank you.